Preface of Dr. Dolittle's Post Office. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Phil Chenevert, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Dr. Dolittle's Post Office by Hugh Lofting. Preface. Nearly all of the history of Dr. Dolittle's Post Office took place when he was returning from a voyage to West Africa. Therefore, I will begin, as soon as I have told you a little about how he came to take the journey, from where he turned his ship towards home again and set sail for Puddleby on the Marsh. Some time before this, the Push-Me-Pull-You, after a long stay in England, had grown a little homesick for Africa, and although he was tremendously fond of the doctor and never wanted to leave him altogether, he asked him one winter day, when the weather was particularly cold and disagreeable, if he would mind running down to Africa for a holiday, just for a week or two. The doctor readily agreed, because he hadn't been on a voyage in a long while, and he felt he too needed a change from the chilly December days of England. So he started off. Besides the Push-Me-Pull-You, he took Dab-Dab the duck, Jip the dog, Gub-Gub the pig, Too-Too the owl, and the white mouse. The same good company he had had with him on his adventurous return from the land of the monkeys. For this trip the doctor bought a little sailing boat, very old and battered and worn, but a good sound craft for bad weather. They sailed away down to the south coast of the Bight of Benin. There they visited many African kingdoms and strange tribes, and while they were ashore, the Push-Me-Pull-You had a chance to wander freely through his old grazing grounds, and he enjoyed his holiday thoroughly. One morning the doctor was delighted to see his old friend the swallows gathering once more about his ship at anchor for their yearly flight to England. They asked him whether he too was returning, because, if so, they said, they would accompany him, the same as they had done when he was escaping from the kingdom of Jolly-Genki. As the Push-Me-Pull-You was now quite ready to leave, the doctor thanked the swallows and told them he would be delighted to have their company. Then for the remainder of that day all was hustle and hurry and bustle, getting the ship provisioned and making preparations for the long trip back to England. By the following morning everything was in readiness to put to sea. The anchor was drawn up, and with all sail set, the doctor's ship moved northward before a favorable wind. And it is from this point that my story begins. End of preface. Part 1, Chapter 1 of Dr. Dolittle's Post Office by Hugh Lofting. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Part 1, Chapter 1, Zuzana. One morning, in the first week of the return voyage, when Dr. Dolittle and his animals were all sitting at breakfast round the big table in the cabin, one of the swallows came down and said that he wanted to speak to the doctor. John Dolittle at once left the table and went out into the passage, where he found the swallow leader himself, a very neat, trim little bird, with long, long wings and sharp, snappy black eyes. Speedy the Skimmer he was called, a name truly famous throughout the whole of the feathered world. He was the champion flycatcher and aerial acrobat of Europe, Africa, Asia, and America. For years, every summer, he had won all the flying races, having broken his own record only last year by crossing the Atlantic in 11.5 hours, at a speed of over 200 miles an hour. "Well, Speedy," said John Dolittle, "what is it?" "Doctor," said the little bird in a mysterious whisper, "we have sighted a canoe about a mile ahead of the ship and a little to the eastward, with only a black woman in it. She is weeping bitterly and isn't paddling the canoe at all. She is several miles from land, 10 at least, I should say, because at the moment we are crossing the bay of Fantippo and can only just see the shore of Africa. She is really in dangerous straits with such...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?